Hi, I'm Justin.
And I'm Matt.
Welcome to Game On.
Hi, I'm still Justin.
And I'm still Matt.
Welcome to Game On.
Welcome to year 3 of Game On, our 3rd anniversary, and we were just reviewing our very first episode.
We were literally just watching it on the TV
Like
screen.
90 seconds ago. Wow. Okay. On the one hand, we were pretty good for not knowing what the hell we were doing, and wow, on the other hand, some questionable choices.
Yeah, I remember that. We tried to do that video like 40 times, and we had to end up like writing out a script.
Yeah, we literally wrote almost line for line, and the first half of the video was us practically reading it, and then as we kind of got going, we went off script a little bit, but
And now like I don't write anything down. I just go for it.
I may have like 3 bullet points that I want to touch on a given topic, but yeah, no scripts. We are
Full send.
hot take front to back. Yeah.
And this is one of the last times that we'll be in this studio because
Yeah.
we're moving.
Yes, we are going to relocate to newer, better
It should be better.
digs, and so yeah, we'll be saying goodbye to this setup, although the new one will take the best of this and then add some.
It's gonna be a purpose-built YouTube studio, so that's pretty cool.
We're coming up in the world. We're coming up in the world, and which is a good reason for us to go and look at where we came from to where we are now, and laugh at it and be proud of it, and yeah.
There, I asked you right before we hit play on this video because at first we were going to just rehash the first video because we had a subscriber suggest, why don't you just remake the very first video you did?
We're rebooting ourselves.
Yeah, or reboot it, and then you were like, well, what if we just think about what we thought back then and see if we still think the same way.
Yeah, like are our attitudes, rather than represent that material, do we still feel the way we felt when we made that video?
Yeah.
3 years ago. And I know that, because I asked you, and I'm going to ask you now on the camera, you don't feel the same way about some things.
No, 2019? Was that 2019? Yeah, it's 2019.
I guess it must have been 2019.
Yeah, 2019, August, September, Justin would have told you that 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons is the best game ever. And you will never talk me out of playing anything else. Well, I was playing Call of Cthulhu and stuff too. Mm-hmm. But now D&D is probably not number 1. I'd say solid top 30.
You know, what's hilarious about this is when we first started, I was the cranky old curmudgeon who always talked crap about D&D, and you were the champion of that game. And now I think my viewpoint of D&D in general and 5th edition in specific has softened some, and you've gotten a little harder on it.
Yeah.
So that's actually funny.
I talked about Curse of Strahd a lot.
You certainly did. You loved you some Curse of Strahd. We were thinking back. He must have mentioned that module 6 times that first season, at least.
Curse of Strahd. Curse of Strahd. Curse of Strahd. Curse of Strahd. Yeah. Curse of Strahd.
Yeah. Still love it though, don't you?
Yes.
Yes.
It's probably still my favorite 5th edition module.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, I would have told you that I wanted to collect all the dice in the world. Now, I just keep enough dice that I can let my friends borrow, and I don't need tons and tons of it. I have since become less of a dice goblin and more of a... I see them as tools, and I will use them as such.
Mm. Oh, well, I remember back then you didn't have much use for minis.
I like minis now.
So you've switched your addiction from dice to minis.
Yeah.
Okay.
And At that time, I despised playing and running games online. And today, I despise playing and running games online.
But today, it has become slightly more of a necessary evil as opposed to back then it was just like...
That was before the C word happened.
Yes. Before the world as we know it became the world as we know it. So you changed in some fairly profound ways.
I did.
Other than your hairdo.
I think I was shaved in that.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
So your hair's substantially different.
Yeah, okay.
Right. I
was also a lot smarter back then, too.
I pared back the sideburns and got a little grayer, but other than that, kind of the same.
I got fat.
I put on a few myself, but...
I blame the Lexapro.
Okay. Well, never mind. We won't go there. My attitudes towards the core things that we talked about in that video probably haven't changed all that much.
Yeah.
And even the facets that we didn't touch on that you mentioned. I'm still a dice fiend. Love me some dice. If it's new and interesting or just weird, I'll buy it.
Okay.
And I'll probably 50-50 whether I ever actually use it in a game, but sure do like to have it anyway. I wasn't much of a minis guy, and I'm only marginally more of a minis guy now. I have a couple of dozen.
Half of these.
Yes. I'm letting them stay under your roof. Although I guess when we tear down this studio, maybe I should relocate them so that they don't have to get moved for that.
That first video we shot in a church rumpus room.
Yes, and
and my grandma was
what kind of church has a rumpus room? With a green screen wall that was painted, not digital. Yeah, so we were making do, single camera, right? We didn't have like
audio.
Multiple.
No lights.
No.
Actually, no. You brought one studio light from your photography.
Yeah.
And we are literally going to be moving into something that we are building to be as close as a dream studio as we can do.
Well, I mean, we're taking incremental steps forward and doing more deliberate stuff, and a lot of that is informed by what we've learned since that first video to now. And as you watch us now, maybe you can't tell that we've learned very much because, I mean, we're still only, barely proficient on some shoots, some weekends. But look, I think one thing that hasn't changed is our sort of like enthusiasm for sharing our opinions about gaming, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh boy, we think we've thought about this and lived it so much that we want to tell everybody. And I'm still pretty fond of my own opinions and want to tell everybody. So I want to hear what people think about what we're thinking about and hopefully speaking about in a marginally intelligent way. But because some people really do put a lot of thought into their comments and their questions and their feedback, and it kind of makes it feel like we're doing a good job, or at least adding something to the conversation when somebody can take that and give back intelligent thoughts about it and show that they care about what we're talking about.
I give myself the same amount of credit as I did 3 years ago because apparently I didn't change the battery on our camera and it's going out. So
we have to stop this video?
We have to wrap up our video and thank everybody for watching us.
Yes, thank you for watching us for all this time.
Because apparently we're still not that professional.
We polished, we're not that polished. Well, happy birthday to us for this, and more to come, guys. We have not lost our steam for doing this, so we're gonna give you more. And thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you next time, huh?
Yeah, my name is Justin.
I'm still Matt.
And thank you for gaming on.
Thanks, guys. that.